Fatma. I am a foundation level student at Rehan School, F8 campus, Islamabad. So today I am going my second ChatGPT and my topic is okay. So let's start it. Hello ChatGPT, can I listen me?
Yes, absolutely. I can hear you clearly. I'm ready whenever you are, so just let me know what you'd like to discuss about OK, and we can dive in.
So ChatGPT, my first question: can okay hide real feelings?
That's a really interesting question. Yeah, sometimes OK can be used as a kind of surface level response when someone doesn't want to fully open up. So even if we say we're OK, we might actually be feeling stressed or sad or something else. Did you have a particular example or situation in mind?
So my second question: do you think okay is an honest response?
That's a great follow up. I think it really depends on the context and the person. For some people, saying okay is completely honest, just a neutral check in. But for others, it might be a way of avoiding a deeper conversation. So it's kind of a balance, you know?
So ChatGPT, my next question: can okay mean I don't care?
Yeah, absolutely. In some situations, okay can be a bit passive, almost like a brush off, like you're saying it just to move on. Of course, it depends on tone and context, but it can definitely come across that way sometimes.
Okay, so my second question: why does okay sometimes feel dry?
Yeah, that's a really relatable feeling. I think okay can feel flat or distant sometimes because it's so common. It's almost automatic. If someone just says okay in a big moment, it can feel like they're emotionally distant, even if that's not their intention.
So ChatGPT, my second question: can okay hurt sometimes feelings?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because it's such a short, simple word, it can sometimes feel dismissive or like you're brushing past how you're really feeling. So if someone says okay when they're actually anxious or upset, it can kind of hide those deeper feelings.
So so ChatGPT, my next question: can okay start a viral trend?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. I mean, it might not be okay by itself, but people often pick up on small, simple words like that as a kind of meme or shorthand. So if a big influencer or a video used okay in a clever way, it could catch on really fast.
So ChatGPT, my next question is okay a comfort word?
Yeah, it really can be. I mean, sometimes when things are awkward or uncertain, just a simple okay can create a bit of a calm, shared understanding. So yeah, it can be really grounding, even if it's subtle.
So ChatGPT, my next question: does okay create emotional distance?
Yeah, it definitely can. I mean, because it's such a neutral, sometimes detached word, it can create a bit of distance, like you're keeping your emotions at arm's length. So yeah, okay can serve as a sort of emotional buffer sometimes.
So ChatGPT. So my next question: can you sit out different types of okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So okay can show up in different ways. There's the casual okay, just a simple acknowledgement. Then there's the okay that kind of means I'm fine, but not really. There's also a more enthusiastic okay when you're on board with something. So it's really versatile depending on tone and context.
So ChatGPT, my next question is okay a lazy response or a similar one?
Yeah, exactly. So okay can definitely feel like a lazy response, especially if it's super brief. Similar ones might be just sure or fine, or even just a thumbs up emoji. Basically, it's a short, low effort cue that you're responding, but not putting a lot of energy in.
So my next question: how does okay affect friendship?
That's a great question. I think it really depends on how it's used. If it's just a quick, casual okay, it might keep things moving. But if it's overused in a friendship, it could start to feel distant or disengaged. So when it's balanced, it can keep things light. But if it's too often, it might make a friendship feel a bit shallow.
So my next question: can okay show trust or distance?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it can go both ways. If you say okay in a warm or engaged way, it can show trust, like you're comfortable moving forward. But if it's really flat or distant, it can create a sense of distance, like you're holding back. So it really depends on the tone and the situation.
Next question, why does OK sometimes feel cold in chats?
Yeah, that's a great observation. I think okay can feel cold because it's so minimal. It's just a single word, so it lacks warmth or detail. If someone's sharing something vulnerable, just a flat okay can feel dismissive or distant, like it's missing that emotional connection.
So my next question, can OK be used to ignore someone politely?
Yeah, it really can. I mean, if someone is trying to engage in a deeper conversation and all they get is a short okay, it can feel like they're being brushed aside. So, yeah, it can sometimes be a subtle way of ignoring someone or shutting down the conversation without being explicit.
So my next question, is OK changing over time?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, over time, the meaning of okay has evolved. It started out as just a casual abbreviation, but now it's used so broadly. It's a confirmation, an acknowledgement, even a way to check in. So its nuance has really grown with time.
So my next question is, OK, the simple last powerful word ever.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's so short, but it can carry so much weight. It's flexible, universal, and it just fits so many situations. So, yeah, it's surprisingly powerful.
So my next question, what makes OK universal?
Oh, good question. I think what makes okay so universal is that it's got this super flexible meaning. It can be a yes, a neutral, a no, a signal to pause. So it's almost like a blank canvas. Depending on how you say it, it can be really versatile, which is kind of what makes it so powerful.
My next question, why is OKISA to understand global?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Okay is one of those words that's understood across so many cultures, even if it's not always pronounced the exact same way. So it's simple, it's short, and it kind of transcends language barriers, which is pretty cool.
So my next question, can OK be used in formal?
Yeah, absolutely. In formal settings, okay is still used a lot. It's just a bit more neutral. Sometimes people might say all right or understood to sound a bit more formal, but okay is still widely acceptable. Just keep the tone polite.
So my next question, what does OK mean after a long expression?
That's a really good point. After a long explanation, okay can kind of serve as a checkpoint, like a signal that yes, you've understood, or you're ready to move on, or you're digesting what was just said. So it kind of wraps up that big moment, even if it's just a small word.
So my next question, what does OK mean in a argument?
Yeah, in an argument, okay can be really loaded. It might sound like resignation, like fine, whatever, or it could be used to cut the tension, like okay, I get it. So the tone really matters. Sometimes it diffuses things, but other times it can just feel dismissive or passive aggressive.
So my next question, why does OK feel different after bad news?
Yeah, that's really true. After bad news, okay can feel kind of hollow or flat, like it's not offering any comfort or support. It's almost like the placeholder, and so it can feel distant or even a bit dismissive, where you're not fully acknowledging the weight of what just happened.
So my next question, what does OK so reality mean?
That's a deep one. Yeah, in a way, when someone says okay to a tough reality, it can be this quiet acceptance, like, yeah, this is the situation, even if it's not what I hoped for. So it kind of bridges the gap between awareness and moving forward, even if it's hard.
So my next question, when do OK sound different understanding?
Yeah, that's a really subtle thing. When okay is said slowly or with a little pause, it can show that you really understand, like you're processing what was said. But if it's rushed or flat, it can just feel automatic. So it's all about those small shifts in tone.
So my next question, why is OK one of the first test replaced online?
That's a great point. Yeah, okay was one of the first words that really became universal online, probably because it's short, easy to type, and it was simple enough for early text messaging and email. So it was kind of a natural fit for those early digital conversations, which is probably why it spread so fast.
Next question: what does okay feel colder? What about emojis?
Yeah, that's a good distinction. So okay on its own can feel kind of cold or flat. But when you add an emoji like a thumbs up or a smile, it softens it. It gives it warmth or friendliness. So you get a different emotional tone altogether.
So, so my next question: why do people differ voice notes over okay?
Ah, that's a great point. Yeah, people differ because OK is so context dependent. Some use it as a default, others use it more thoughtfully, and some just prefer other words like sure or all right. So it really depends on personality, habit, and the situation.
Next question is okay the safest reply on social media.
Yeah, it often is. I mean, people use OK as a quick first reply because it's easy, it's neutral, and it signals you got the message. So yeah, especially on social media, it's super common as a first response.
So my next question: can okay be ignored easily?
Yeah, it can be. I mean, if someone just says okay and leaves it at that, it can kind of get lost. Like it doesn't invite further discussion. So, yeah, if you're not careful, it can just be skipped over or ignored because it doesn't really push the conversation forward.
My next question: do okay smile complex emotional?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, okay can be really complex emotionally because it's so versatile. It can be a sign of acceptance, reassurance, even resignation. So, depending on tone, it can carry all kinds of subtle emotions, which is part of what makes it so powerful.
So my next question: can okay reduce emotional expression?
Yeah, it really can. Because it's such a neutral word, it can act like a shield. You kind of keep your emotions behind it. So if you're feeling a lot, just saying okay might keep it near surface level rather than diving into how you really feel.
So my next question is okay powerful because it's smile.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's powerful because it's so simple, but it lets you express a range of things without a big emotional gesture. So it can be a tiny word, but it holds a lot of meaning depending on how you say it or when you use it.
So my next question say okay like a teacher versus a friend.
Ah, that's a really good comparison. When a teacher says okay, it might sound more formal or like a prompt to move on, kind of directing the class. But if a friend says okay, it's usually casual, relaxed, like, yeah, I'm with you. So the tone really shifts depending on who's saying it.
My next question say okay like you are excited.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that sounds awesome. I'm really excited to see how it goes. So yeah, let's do it.
So my next question say okay like you're boring.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just fine, I guess. It's not really what I hope for, but I'll go along with it.
So my next question what's your funny ways okay impressions?
Okay, so a funny take. Imagine a really exaggerated thumbs up, like, okay, with a big grin, just super over the top. So it's almost like a joke in itself. That kind of playful okay just flips the mood.
So my next question what's your ignore wala okay?
Ah, yeah. So the ignore okay is really just that quick, dismissive, almost automatic response. Like someone says something and you just say okay without really engaging. So it's like a quiet way of disengaging from the conversation.
So viewers this is my ChatGPT. Hope so you like it. Meet you in my next video. Pakistan Zindabad. Khuda Hafiz.